Hi guys, it's Dr. Pam, and I'm here with day 3 of your Holiday Survival Guide Advent Calendar. Now, on Tuesdays, we're going to talk about decoration dangers. And today, particularly, we're going to talk about holiday plants. Now, I love the holidays. I love the smells. I love the music. I love the sense of community. I love the crisp air every once in a while in Texas. I love the feel of Christmas. Not so much the shopping, that I could do without, but the other things. I love the holiday season. But with that also comes things that you also have to keep in mind with respect to your pet. And holiday plants are a big one because there are a lot of toxic holiday plants. So in my household, I have a Lilu, and Lilu is like a terrier trapped in a cat body. She's absolutely a hot mess. And so her favorite pastime is jumping into the middle of the plants that she can reach or access, and she eats all the leaves. And then she races around the house vomiting everywhere else but the tile, everywhere else. And so it's a pastime for her. And I think she and my other cat, Corbin, race around and see who can deposit it in the best place, right? So if you have a Lilu, what you're going to do with your holiday plants matters. I mean, as always, clearing the strike zone is super important, but also choosing and selecting the right holiday plants is also important. So I'm going to talk about 7 plants, and as I talk about them, we're going to be ramping up in toxicity, but don't worry. I'm going to actually include this on the feed so you have all the list of those 7 plants, and also going to include the numbers for the poison hotlines, okay? So let's get started. Now, the poinsettia. That is the quintessential holiday plant, is it not? And it's beautiful, and everybody knows that it's toxic. The good news is that it's a mild toxicity. The dogs or cats, if they ingest it, will feel ill, and then they'll vomit, probably on somewhere other than the tile. But it's not going to be emergency room, complete health meltdown type of an issue. Then we move on to Christmas trees. Now, Christmas trees have a couple of different vantage points here. Number one, you worry about the needles having a little bit of toxicity, but it's not too bad. The spruce, the pine, and the fir. It's not too bad. It's the flame retardants that they spray on the natural Christmas trees, and also the flocking that's highly toxic. So be careful about that. In other words, there's also there's one more thing that's important, and that is that because they're needles, they can be a gastric foreign body and create problems on the inside too. Okay, so Christmas trees. As we ratchet it up, the amaryllis and daffodil and narcissus bulbs, those are the cute little bulbs that people give you, and you put them in the window and you water them, and then they bloom into this beautiful flower. And they're so beautiful. Well, they cause abdominal pain, heart arrhythmia, and convulsions. So you know what? Probably not the best thing for your pet to chew on, okay? The next one is cyclamen. This is my favorite plant of the season. I love cyclamen. They have those deep, really thick, beautiful green, dark green leaves, and then the flowers that rise up above the leaves and pop, and they're either red or white or pink or purple. I love cyclamen. But guess what? Toxic. Nausea, vomiting, convulsions, paralysis. Oh my. So only place in my household that cyclamen can be is outside, right? There we go. The next one is holly. That's another quintessential holiday plant. Now, all parts of holly are a little bit toxic, but the berries are the main concern because that's really what draws the attention of pets and children. And the berries contain a product called, or a phytochemical called theobromine. Does that sound familiar? That's the phytochemical that occurs in dark chocolate that is toxic to cats and dogs. And so we're going to talk about chocolate toxicity next week, but remember in your head, holly berries, theobromine, chocolate, bad, okay? And so you see we're ramping up in toxicity. And so the next one is mistletoe. Now mistletoe, every part of that plant is toxic, every part, and it's bad. And they have vomiting and diarrhea, sure, but they also have difficulty breathing. They can go into shock and die. So that's a definite, oh my God, emergency, right? And it's really I find it very interesting and very ironic that the symbol of love and connection over the holiday season is a symbol of toxic death to dogs and cats. Isn't that weird? Anyway, the last one is Jerusalem cherry. Now, Jerusalem cherry is a beautiful plant and it fruits, and the fruit looks like cherry tomatoes, different color cherry tomatoes. And if a cat, a dog, or a bird actually ingest one of those fruit, it is certain death, right? It's a bad plant. That one, don't even put it in your house if you have pets, just don't. And mistletoe, everybody loves mistletoe at this time of year, but a silk arrangement might be better. In fact, think of that for a lot of these. But more importantly, what are you gonna do? Number one, you're gonna clear the strike zone, right? Same thing. Notice that concept keeps following us, okay? Clear the strike zone. Number two, if they ingest anything, you either call poison control immediately, or if it's one of these that we've talked about, then you take them immediately to the emergency room with the plant in hand and let them get started. The difference, the timing is the difference between life and death, and also a small emergency bill and a huge emergency bill with no guarantees. So when it comes to toxic plants, be very, very proactive and be very, very responsive. So I'll see you back here tomorrow. Not quite sure the time because I'll be in the air at 12 noon Central, but we'll see what we can do. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.